What's going on, everybody? This is Roan coming at you with another video. So check this out. So I surprised you guys with Grand, thought I'd do something fun just to finish out into Diamond, and then I can just get there and just play a deck that I really love. And that's the thing with my decks. So like I have two decks that I absolutely love playing and like really just kind of scream out to me and it feel pretty natural. The first one is Gren, which I showed you, and that's like my easiest deck. This deck is so simple. It's really a matter of just breaking the board and just OTKing, and there's not very much in terms of like interactions and mechanics you really need to know. Then I have my advanced deck. This one, well, I mean, and Labyrinth was pretty advanced, but Labyrinth, the thing that made Labyrinth easy, I mean, it's a very complicated deck, but Master Duel does walk you through a lot of the interactions and lets you know when you can and can't do things. This deck, however, requires a lot of skill and a lot of mastery, and there's a lot of combos, but if you can get on top of this deck, you will be on top of the world, honestly, because the reasons why I like this deck, one, it's not a common deck that's being played, and it's very easy, or I mean, it's very difficult to play around because a lot of people don't have very much experience in playing a deck like this. And it also has the beauty of going first and going second. I mean, you can going first is ideal, but going second is pretty darn strong. So it has a lot of flexibility in that regard. And it's even just while you're playing, there's just a lot of choices that you can make, and you can just really be oppressive in controlling a deck. So if you hadn't guessed already what this deck is, it is none other than Rikka. So what I'm going to do is wait, whoa, what the hell? Hold on a second, bear with me. Why? Okay. Here we go. All right, check it out. So this is Rikka. Now, I'm going to explain this as best as I can. I mean, this is a really complicated deck with a lot of different interactions on a lot of different combos and things like that, so I'm going to go over the cards one by one. But one thing I really want you to know, overarching this entire deck, this deck is comprised in three phases. So it's a combination of three. There's first phase of this combo in this deck, which is your Sun Avalon cards, which is going first. You can go second with it, but it's just a going first card, or it's a going first set of cards because you're trying to build really powerful monsters. Phase 2 is your Therion cards, also going first, and then your phase 3 is Rikka, and Rikka is the going second portion of this. I mean, the thing is like, if you really think about, if you really dissect and break this deck down, you can see, so when you go into Sun Avalon, your ultimate goal is to get the boss monster Bangalancer. With Therion, your goal is you want to go into Regulus, which is your Omni Negate, and Rikka. You have so many things you can do with Rikka, but the start of Rikka is going into Strenna, and then from Strenna, you're able to go into your nonsense, all of your different XC summons, and your ability to tribute and negate and control the board. So, and again, it'll all make sense once I start showing you guys the actual combos that you can do. But for now, I'm just going to go into the cards one by one. So Lokai is your starting card. This is to start your Sun Avalon part of the deck, like your phase 1. There's really nothing to know outside of this is what you start with. You just kind of summon this card, or you can use Unexpected Die and use it as well. So you Unexpected Die into Lokai, or you just go into Lokai straight away. Petal is your other starter. This is your Rikka starter. So Petal, the way that it works is you summon it onto the board, you take and activate its effect, and then it allows you to pull any Rikka card into your hand. So a lot of times with Rikka Petal, like my primary, or like my priority is always going into Mudan, and then for Mudan I could tribute this Petal and then go into Mudan, and then I'll explain what Mudan does in a second. But I mean, you can go into any Rikka card, but Mudan is definitely your primary. If not Mudan, then I usually like going into Snowdrop, which again I'll go into a little bit later. Maxi, you already know what this does. I mean, this needs no introduction. Sun Sea Twin, the only thing that's important about this card is that it's really just a part of the combo. There's really nothing you need to know. Like, there's no crazy like application of any sort. It's just part of the combo, so you'll see how it works when I go into the combo part of this video. Lone Fire Blossom is your third starter, your less than ideal starter. You could summon this card, and then you could tribute any card on the field, and then summon whatever card you want. It's kind of, or I mean, I think it's any plant monster. Yeah, so it's literally any plant monster, but you are playing a predominantly plant monster deck, so that's pretty much any card. Ash Blossom, we already know what this card does. Alright guys, so sorry, yeah, totally had to cut away for a second because my daughter decided to come and like bum rush me and like, yeah, so totally ruined my state of flow. So going back into it, so now I believe we were at Primula. So Primula, like, this is a strong card, so like Primula is important because it's a level 4 monster and you need Primula and Rikka Princess to both use to be able to make Strenna. So this is your, these two are very important for that very reason. The other thing that Primula does that's kind of good is its effect is it can raise levels of monsters by 2. So let's say that you raise Primula by 2 to make 6, and Mudan is 6, and you can go into Kanzashi as an XE summon. Going into Rikka Princess. Now, the cool thing about, oh yeah, and the summon conditions for Primula, you can normal summon, but you can also, if you tribute one of the monsters, one of your monsters on the field, then you can special summon Primula. Now remember, it's your side. So even though you have Cone Cone and Cone Cone, you can, like, you know, tribute monsters on opposing side. That doesn't, you know, it's not enough for the summoning conditions of this card. It has to be on your side. Now, Rikka Princess, you can just summon it into defense position from the hand, which is huge, and that's just a free level 4 on the field for more material. Other thing that's important about this card is that you can activate, like, so this is your monster negate, one of them, one of your many. So the way that this one works is you can take this card either from, I believe it's the field, or no, okay, just kidding, so it's either the hand or the graveyard. Mainly I use it from the graveyard, but you can still use it in hand, and what you do is you take it and throw it back into the deck, and then you have to tribute one of your monsters, or if you have Cone Cone, you could tribute the enemy's monster, and then you negate the effect. So this is a really powerful card, and the reason why I like it in the graveyard personally is because it's a monster, or it's an effect that people don't realize. So you take it, throw it in the graveyard, they think that, you know, you have nothing on your board. You could just take it and yank it out of the graveyard into your deck and be like, fuck you, and then just negate his board. So it's really important. Mudan, this is the only, the only thing to really know about this card that's important is the summoning condition. So you have to tribute one monster in order to put it on the field. Also, you could so you, upon summoning, you can pick any Rikka spell or trap card from your hand, I mean from your deck to your hand. Now that's Cone Cone. This is your way to get Cone Cone. That's like the only, I mean, obviously if you have Cone Cone in your hand, then you can grab other or other traps, but this is your one way to get Cone Cone. Snowdrop. So this card, this is just to have in case. Like, I go into this sometimes if I have all the other cards I need, but what's cool about this card is that it allows you, so you can, so the important part about it is it's a level 8, that's one part. The other part is the effect. So if you activate its effect, it makes all monsters on the board whatever you choose. Obviously, I'm choosing Snowdrop, so all of my monsters become level 8. I can actually summon into Teardrop, and that's what I would use her for. So now let's say you have Strenna already on the field, then you can use this card, and if you have any other monsters left over, then you can literally have Strenna and Teardrop, and that'd be extremely difficult to deal with. So that's why. And then in order to tribute this card, you tribute one plant monster, and then you can summon this card and another card in your hand, which is also makes it pretty strong. Borea. The only thing you need to know about this card, this is your searcher for your field spell, the Therion's Coliseum. You use this only for that, and then with this Coliseum, that's your way to search for Regulus. So that's the only thing you really need to know about this card. In order to summon it, you have to have something in the graveyard, and then you could summon it and attach the card in the graveyard and equip it to this card. Activate the effect to get your Coliseum. You end up dropping the, or I guess tributing is the right word. You would tribute the equip card back into the graveyard, and then you get your Coliseum. Enough said. Then Regulus, this is a really, really powerful card. Like, you take this card, and so the summoning conditions for this card, you would have to have Lily Borea in the graveyard. You would yank Lily Borea, equip it to this card, and then you get 2 Omni Negates. So it's only once per turn, but you can use it 2 times. So like literally once each turn, twice. Or you get the idea. Like one in one turn, next turn, one again. But and every time you use the Omni Negate, you get rid of. So first you would get rid of Lilyboria, the equip card, and then you would get rid of this card, and then that's all your negates. But it's a really strong monster. Harpy's Feather Duster, you know what that does. Unexpected Die, I explained it earlier in the video. Just allows you a summon of a level 4 or lower monster without having to use a normal summon. That's why it's really powerful, but it's only if you control no monsters. Glamour, this is important because this allows you to continue doing nonsense. So the way that it works is you tribute one monster on your field, but again, all of this is contingent if you don't have Cone Cone. If you have Cone Cone, then it's literally your side or their side. It's so stupid. And then you get 2 summons of the same level. So like I almost always you go Rikka Princess or Rikka Primula because you get one, you get the other. So you get Princess, then it allows you to pull Primula, and vice versa. And that's why you need this card. That's why this card is utilized. And then that gets you the ability to go into Strenna. Sewing, there's really nothing you need to know about this card outside of this is just one step along the major combo. All it does is it allows you access to more cards, and you just take 1,000 damage in the process. Therion's Coliseum, same deal. It's a searcher just to get your Regulus. There's really nothing else to really know about this. That's really important to understand this deck. Cone. This is the So the one thing I want to outline about this, like I already kind of alluded to it with the other cards, is it's a field spell. If you activate its effect, you can get a free draw onto your hand of any Rikka spell or trap. So it's either your access to Glamour or Sheet. If you have Glamour in your hand, you want to get Sheet. Also, if once you use any of these effects, or even if you just put it on the field, it plant locks you for the whole turn. So that's why this Rikka part of the whole combo is last, because you want to get all of your monsters in position before you start going into Cone and Rikka, because then you're restricted to only plants. And other thing about this card is next turn, so like you get your tributing capabilities to the other side. You can only tribute one monster on the other side of the field. You can only use it once. So just make sure that you're tactful in whatever you want to tribute, because you only get one shot at it per turn. Cosmic Cyclone, just a basic, pay 1,000 life points and target a spell and trap and banish it. Very important, obviously, for some back row removal potential. Called by the Grave, we know what that does. Crossout. Now the reason I use Crossout here is because I'm using a lot of the common themes. Like, so for example, your Ash Blossoms, your Maxies, even your Called by the Graves. Like, all of these are very common cards that are used by so many different decks. So having enough of these in your deck allows you access to Crossout Designator, because if you ever get bullshitted by any of these effects or cards, you can just throw Crossout Designator. You can stop Called by, you can stop Ash, and you can stop Maxi. That's why I have it there. Sheet. So Sheet is extremely cheating. Like, I'm letting you know now. I don't even know how this is a normal card. So the way that it works is if you have Cone on your field, you can literally tribute one of their monsters and gain control of another monster until the end of turn. Ridiculous, right? So it's like 2 for the price of 1. Throw one away and grab one. So you take 2 monsters off his board. Insane. But even if, let's say that you want to tribute your Strenna and, activate your Strenna's effects and then take control of another monster, that's also applicable. So yeah, broken card. Therion Cross is just there just because I have the Therion cards here. So if I do have, like, Regulus, Moria, I can have this set as a trap, and it's just negate or a banish. It's a decent trap. It's just something to have. Now going into Strenna. So Strenna is like really, this is your staple. Like, you are almost always going into Strenna. So with Primula and Princess, you Xe summon into this card, and then what you do is you detach a material from this card, and then you get one of your spells, or literally any plant, monster, or spell back from your graveyard to your hand. So that's very important with this card. Now, other thing I want to note about this is that whenever you're detaching material, make sure that you're always detaching Princess, because Princess goes into the graveyard, and then one of your monster negates go live in Princess. So that's really. Oh, and the other thing with Strenna is that you want to try to angle a way to tribute Strenna, so that way you get free access to these 3x's monsters. So like so hypothetically speaking, I'll just run a scenario. So you have Strenna on the field. You have, let's say, Rikka Glamour. You can totally tribute Strenna, get your Glamour monsters, and then Strenna's effect goes live in the graveyard, and that allows you a free XE summon of any of these three. So, I mean, Kanzashi, I don't really use very much. You can. I mean, it allows you to take a monster out of the graveyard, special summon it, but it negates its effects. So if you need to use that to, like, win the game, let's say maybe you have, like, 1,000 life points missing on the enemy, you can use this effect, pull the monster, and attack for game. I mean, it's kind of useful. But you really, so my priority always, like, number one is always going to be this Teardrop Rika Queen. Like, this card is so stupid. So you have 2,800 attack to begin with. And then, usually when you tribute, or usually when you summon this card, you always have Strenna as a material, so you get one material, which is fine. But anytime anything gets tributed on the field, it gains 200 attack until the end of turn. So even if, let's say, you use Glamour and just tribute something, that actually activates, so you get 200 more attack. Or if you use Teardrop's effect, which I'm going to explain now, you could detach the material and tribute anything on the field. You also get more attack. It's crazy. Like, I mean, you can use this, like, this is just another effect that you can use on your side of the field outside of, like, literally an Omni negate, a monster negate, like, cones, like, tributing effect. Like, this is literally just adding to the list of obnoxious amounts of effects you have on your side of the field. Sacred Tree Beast is my second choice. So this one is an Omni Negate, but it's kind of selective. So it's based on the materials you have in the card. So example, if you have, let's say, Therion's Coliseum as a material, then it's a Spell Negate. Therion, Trap Negate, Borea, Monster Negate. So like there's one effect where you can grab a card to pull into the card that to give it its effect. So you list, like I said, you know, Lily gets used, you end up pulling Lily, then that's a monster negate you have for the next turn. That's really, you know, the plain and simple in this card. So like I said, I love this card more just because it's, you know, obviously it's a Rika monster and that's what your deck is about. But also this is a good secondary because then you have like distributing capabilities and then you have selective negates based on what cards you have as material in this card. Zeus is as another staple. Like you can use cheat, pull an Xyz monster across, attack with it, and then switch into Zeus. Really strong effects. Dryas, this is literally just fodder, or I'm saying like this is just something that's a part of the big combo. There's really nothing to really know about this card other than it's just a step in the combo. Same for Sunvine Healer, same for Thrasher, but Thrasher I don't use, it's just an option to use if you want to use it, but mainly you're going to be going into Healer from Dryas. Aromatherapy, I know it's not what her name is, I just love calling her Aromatherapy. Jasmine, that's also another step in the chain. And Melius, same step in the chain, and Bangalancer is your boss monster that you end on phase 1. So Bangalancer is a really powerful monster. It's, you know, outside of it being a 2,500 attack monster, its effect is a bounce. But the way that it bounces is that you have to target whatever monster you want to bounce, and then you take damage from that card and then send it. So like if you have, I don't even know, like let's say Sprites, like Sprites in their BS, you know, a lot of them are like level 2 attack monsters. Or mere level 2 low attack monsters, you can literally just bounce them for like 200 damage and just send them flying. So that's this. Or if you want to just eat one, like I had a game once where there was like a 3,000 attack monster, but I knew that if I took him off the field and that would win the game, then, you know, okay, you eat up 3,000 life points, but then you win the game. So like it's just, you kind of have to gauge it. But like I said, like your ending combo for your main combo is literally Bangalancer, which is a bounce, Therion, which is an Omni-Gate, Strenna, which, you know, if you tribute Strenna, then you get Teardrop, which is tributes and all kinds of nonsense. And you also have another monster negate with Rika Princess. That's your end board. It's so stupid. And yeah, that's the deck. So without further ado, I will go into the combos and show you guys like I mean, in a controlled environment, I'll show you like some of the moves you can make and some of the flexibility of this deck. And then from there, then I'll just show you my climb. I mean, I like spoiler alert. Like I'm ripping through platinum right now. I'm not even joking. Like I platinum is just flying by so fast because a lot of people don't want to deal with or they don't want to deal with the comboing. They really don't. Like a lot of times when you combo, like if you memorize this combo, people don't want to see it. Like they're like just like okay, I'm done, and then they just quit because they know that it's really bad and they're not going to be able to play through it, and two, they don't want to sit here for all your comboing, so a lot of times they just quit. So it's real easy wins, and you're gonna see it yourself. Like I mean, it's just like I said, powerful combos, long combos, so they quit, and not to mention like a lot of flexibility and control in this deck. It's just gonna be really hard to lose playing this deck once you get a good mastery of it. And I'll be honest with you, there are a lot of people I see. Like I take that back. I don't see very many Rika players, but when I do, they're bad. I mean, they're really bad, and I really pride myself on the way that I can play Rika, and you will see for yourself. I mean, once you start learning this deck and understanding its combos and its interactions, if you can play this deck well, you're gonna have a lot of success with it. So, without further ado, let's transition into those combos and let me show you what I got. What's going on, guys? Let's continue this. So, you already heard me talk a lot about like the deck profile and all the interactions and all this wordy stuff. Now we can actually see the shit in action and applied. So let's see what we can do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go first and give you the ideal hand or the ideal play for going first, and then I'll turn around and give you like what you can navigate around going second. So that's kind of crazy. So they're already starting me early. They actually gave me none of my cards that I need for an ideal go first. I mean, this is kind of awesome. I mean, granted, I could have just went into Rika Petal and went into Rika, but that's not the point of this. I want to give you literally, like, everything that... Yeah, okay, so this is pretty decent. So let me show you. So now, Sunseed, Loci. So again, like, if you have Unexpected Die, that's your absolute ideal. Like, Unexpected Die is the best way to go, but Sunseed, Loci is obviously, like, next best. So let's go into it. So Loci linking into Dryas. Dryas effect goes off, gives you your Sunvine Sowing. Then with Sowing, you activate. And get Sunseed Twin, put it in face up, or you know, defense position. Activate both effects, Sunseed Twin to get Loci, and then Dryas to get your healer. So healer's here. Face our defense for Loci here. Healer heals Dryas. Now you want to go into Aromatherapy, Jasmine. Now, this part of the combo is absolutely important because they will trip up if you don't do this correctly. So, Sunseed Twin gets Dryas, and then your Loci gets Healer. Very important in order for like all these different interactions and effects to go off, and even to summon this properly. So now Healer heals Dryas again, activates Aromatherapy's effect, and now you get a free summon of something. I'm just gonna go, or not a summon, but just bring it to the hand. I'm gonna get Snowdrop here. Normally, you would get Lily. Like, make sure you understand. So Lily, this is where you get Lily, but being that we have Lily, I just grab Snowdrop as a secondary. So now, I go and activate Therion, Lily's Borea's effect, and I get Sunseed Twin. The reason I pick Sunseed Twin every time is because I know that this is the card I'm gonna like detach for equipping, and you also don't want to like accidentally pick the wrong card. So just pick Sunseed Twin, or just pick the same one every time, so you know what to get rid of. Now, normally I would get this Coliseum here, but being that I have it in my hand, I'm gonna go with Therion Cross. Now, Aromatherapy's effect, you activate one last one, get rid of Dryas to get your Lone Fire Blossom. Now that's there. Fantastic. So now we finish out phase 1 with the Sanavalon. That's going to be your Melius. Then you activate Melius's effect to get one final Loci to go into your Link 4 Bangalancer. and whoopam. Now that's the end of phase 1. Now phase 2 for Therion, look at how simple and fast. So this Coliseum, get your Regulus. Now Regulus. And equip on Lilyboria, and that's it. That's literally Regulus. Now, if you want to set Therion Cross now so you don't forget, do it. Why not? It's still the same tier, so that's end of phase 2. Now phase 3, Lonefire Blossom, Tribute, and you get Mudan. Reason you get Mudan is in order to get her summon effect to go off, to get Cone. Other reason you use Cone now and you use your Rikka cards now is because once you throw Cone down, it's going to plant lock you. So now you can only special summon plant monsters. Now I'll activate Cone's effect to get Glamour. Then I use Glamour's effect, Tribute Mudan, to get Primula and Rikka Princess. Now, one important thing to note is that now that you tributed a monster on your side of the field, you immediately activate Primula, and then you're going to get Princess as well. Now, reason I say this is important is because if you ever find yourself like in like a battle between somebody and you're like trying to like tribute and do things, make sure that if you want Primula's effect to go off, tribute on this side of the map. Don't tribute the other side, because if you tribute the other side, Primula's effect or summoning condition is not going to be fulfilled, so keep that in mind. Now, going forward in the combo, you get Strenna, you got 2 level 4s, and now you detach your monster negate in Rikka Princess to the graveyard, and now being that usually I go Glamour here, just wanted to check to make... Oh, no, just kidding. So Glamour is an option. I want to get Lonefire Blossom. I'm going to grab Lonefire Blossom. So that way I can get, like, a free summon for next turn if it ever gets to next turn. Now, this is the end of the combo, by the way. This is, like, your ideal hand. Now, what I'm doing is extra. So let's do it. So Snowdrop, I contribute the healer because I have one other material that I can use. Now I can throw Lonefire Blossom and Rikka Princess. I mean, damn, you can even... Oh, wait, no, this is once per turn, so... Anyways, so the point is this doesn't matter, this matters. So I can take and choose this with the effect of Snowdrop, the Snowdrop, make these 2 level 8s, and then I can go into Rikka, or, the Teardrop. Bam. Now, who the hell can play past this? Like, this was extra, but even with all of these, what can they play? Like, what can they do? Like, they can't do anything. So now, I mean, this is the end of the turn. So what you want to do is you want to make sure at the end that all of your stuff is set, because a lot of times you'll do this amazing hyper combo, do everything right, and you'll forget to set your your quick play spells or traps. So I will set these down, and now we can play. Let's see what they do. I figured I'll do like a sample next turn just to see like what, just kind of show you how annoying this is. Alright, so Tenacity of the Monarch. Now look at all of these. Like, now, the only one that's applicable here is Therion. I mean, you can, I'll just let it go through because I don't know if this is like a really big deal or not. So Domain of the True Monarch is here. Now, what I will do is I'm probably going to Cosmic Cyclone this, throw this away. Goodbye. Done. Now they can't, like, now that's the end of that. Now it's end phase. Now look at that. Now it's over, right? Like, I mean, what like, literally, Teardrop, hold on. Well, I mean, I do have Petal. I can go into Petal, but I'll save that for next, the next combo. So you can Cone. Get, do I have a Glamour? I do not. So I can grab another Glamour if I want to. And then, so let me show you what Strenna, like, now that, like, I could do it. So now you contribute with Glamour, get Strenna out of there. Now I can do Primula and Princess to get another Strenna. It's kind of ridiculous. And now Teardrop gains 200 attack for no reason. And now you can summon Primula as an effect because you tributed something on your side of the field. And I could have went into Teardrop's effect, but I'll just do that separately, just so we don't confuse ourselves. So now I can literally do Kanzashi or Sacred Beast. I'll just pick Sacred Beast because that's usually like my second priority if I already have Teardrop on the field. Done. Now I can go into Rikka Princess. And then I can literally just get another Strenna. Now this is overkill, but again, just showing you like the flexibility and what you can do with what you already have. It's kind of wild. So Strenna, Monster Negate, just to kind of set up in case. I can turn around and grab, I guess I can just grab Glamour. Like, I'll just grab Glamour just to set up, because now I have 2 Glamours in the graveyard. Make sure that I don't run out of those. And Teardrop with, you know, the tributing capabilities, I mean, it doesn't really matter what I detach. And goodbye, set card. Oh, I can even use Sacred Tree Beast to grab it. Let's grab... Oh wait, well yeah, so I can grab a monster. You can just grab whatever you want, so I'll grab that out of the graveyard. So more material for him, and that's gone. And now they gain another 200 attack for no reason, and we can end. Now note that I purposely held on to Regulus as long as I possibly can, because that's your Omni Negate, and you only can use it once per turn. You know, so it's a total of 2 times, but it's once per turn. So if you use it too soon, then if they decide to use, let's say, an evenly matched, or if they decide to use like any, you know, anything that you can negate, you want to make sure you have that just in your back pocket, and you just use all your monster negates or all your other effects and save Regulus for last, just as a priority. And that's round 1. Or I'm saying, like, that's your ideal first hand. Let me show you the ideal, you know, going second hand. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you like a going second ideal hand with just Rikka control and how bullshit it can be. So the combo line for Rikka, so first things first, Cosmic Cyclone, we can have it, may as well use it. So let's just get rid of that 1 card, get that shit out of here. Alright, done. Now, Rikka Petal is your starter for your Rikka, so you go into that, activate effect, then I'm going to pull into the Mudan, put that in my hand. So now Mudan, you tribute 1 monster, so tribute the Petal, get Mudan out, activate Mudan's effect, go into Cone. Being that I have Primula, F it, might as well use it. But technically speaking, I'll show you, you know, a few steps down the road. So we'll go Cone, get Cone out, throw that there. Now go ahead and get Glamour, tribute Mudan for the 2 level 4s. So even if I didn't get even if I didn't get Primula there, I was getting Primula later. It would have been fine. Because now I get Princess. And then with the tribute of Mudan, I would have activated conditions to special summon Primula. So now I'm going to get Strenna. And then throw Strenna out. And kick out Rikka Princess. Now, I would pull back Glamour. And then now I can just attack, literally. I could go into Sewing to get the Lokai, but like I said, I'm purposely trying to just use Rikka just to show you how annoying Rikka can be on its own. So now we're good here. This is a pretty... Like, again, is it the most ideal setup? No, but it's pretty darn ideal. Because now I can go and, I can walk with a monster negate. Yeah, monster effect negate. Strenna's here, I could tribute Strenna out, which I'm probably going to do if they didn't do shit. That's crazy. So, now you activate Rikka Petal into defense. And in all honesty, now that Snowdrop is a thing, I can literally tribute Rikka Petal. Watch this. Now I get Primula and Snowdrop. Now I can activate Snowdrop and pick Snowdrop as level 8. So now these are level 8s. I can go into Teardrop, which is crazy. Done. Now I have Glamour still, so now, oh, actually, before I even do that, I have Cone, so I can activate that effect, get Sheet here, so now I have use of Sheet for next turn, and Glamour, which I'm going to use right now. Now I could tribute Strenna, and I guess I'll just grab Petal, being that that's all that's available right now. But really, it doesn't matter, because really all I care about is using Strenna's effect and getting 200 attack for no reason from Teardrop. Now, I have two options. I'm going Sacred Tree because that's my second priority for XC summons. Now I have an inbuilt monster negate from Sacred Tree. And I don't think there's much... Oh, actually, I do have a normal summon with Rikka Petal, so I can do that. I don't think I can use its effect again, though. Oh, okay. Whatever. Can use it again. Nice. So now I can cancel, and I can go... I guess I can go Mudon, see what else I can try to put together, if I can put anything together. So tribute out Rikka Petal. No effects. Face up. See what else I can do here. I can grab Glamour, may as well just have it going, you know, going forward. So now we're at 32. Now, let's see if there's any other plays that could be made. There doesn't appear to be. No, we can't. There's really nothing else. So yeah, now we just attack. And now we just get him next turn. We have enough control and enough oppression on the board that it doesn't matter their next turn. And they already quit the game. Or I'm saying they already just passed because there's nothing else they can do. I mean, obviously this is a computer and this is just ideal controlled scenario to show you what could be done, but I mean, it's still gonna go like this even in real games. So now, we'll just end. Because like I said, there's a lot queued up for you guys, like me playing through ranked. You're going to see a lot of follow-up and just a lot of stuff. But again, good sample hand for Rikka and just what you can do and how you can build your board. And yeah, guys, I mean, hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Hopefully you learned something from Rikka and you can start implementing it yourselves and you can start being just as annoying as I am when it comes to this deck. And just, like I said, if you can get on top of this deck, there's nothing stopping you. Like I said in like my deck list portion, I mean, you literally you're playing a deck that many people don't know how to handle. You have a lot of control. There's a lot of ways out and a lot of flexibility in the deck. I mean, like I said, I'm really gonna try to push as hard as I can this split just to see how far I can get. I got in Diamond with, you know, Grand Maju and almost with Labyrinth. Now I can show you guys like how strong or how much I love this Rikka deck and where it's capable of doing. So hope to see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and can't wait to see you guys soon.